Hey guys, it's Kim, aka Spartan Stitcher, back again. It is the 31st of December 2019, New Year's Eve, and I am here for my 2019 in review. Here's what I got done, for, according to my goals, if I met my goals. So we're going to look at all my WIPs. We're going to talk about my goals for each WIP for 2020, and also, before I start that, I'm going to show you my last finish of 2019. I told you I was going to finish Pretty Little Paris, and I did. I finished it as bonus for the homework last week in the School of Magical Stitches and Literature, where it was after you did the 500, you could keep going and get 1 point per 100. So I just kept going on this one. I did a total of 3,100 stitches to finish it. So here is Pretty Little Paris with a couple personalizations. I temporarily lost my bobbin of 718, so the dark side of this pink tree is different than the dark side of this tree. We took the Christmas tree down and moved the furniture back yesterday, so I found my bobbin. So I will probably go back and switch out those few stitches so it's not as big a contrast on that tree. Also, when I stitched the Louvre, I messed up the diamond pattern placement. It's over 1 stitch too far to the left, so my pyramid is just a tad smaller than it was charted to be, but that's okay. I was able to fudge it. What I call the Guggenheim, which is actually the Georges Pompidou Center, is just a little bit longer, and the trees are still in the right spot, so it all turned out. And that is on 28 count Monaco that I dyed myself, and I really like how the colors play on the fabric on that one. So that was my last finish for 2019. And everything else that I worked on this last week you're going to see because it's a WIP parade. So let's start in chronological order from oldest to newest. Friends Forever is my oldest WIP now. I started this on 1 January 2017. My goal for 2019 was to do 2 pages, and I only got 1 page done. That's okay. I blew some of my other goals out of the water, so it's a give and take. This is on 25 count Lugana, ungridded. So there's the whole thing. When I started 2019, I had the whole top row done, and I had this partial page and a little bit into this page. So pretty much this is the only page I finished right here. And I wanted to get this page done too, but I didn't. Here's a better focus, hopefully. So my goal for 2020, because the confetti on the wooden throne is, throwing me for a loop, and also because Jessie Marie is the one that gave me this chart. I won it in a rack. I am going to pull a Jessie, and instead of doing pages across the row, I'm going to start doing pages diagonally on this one. So my goal for 2020 is to do 4 full pages and 2 of the partial pages. So let me fold this up to make it easier to see. So 1 full page here, 1 full page here, a partial, and then 2 more full pages in the next diagonal of pages. So to kind of share and spread out the confetti on that one. So that's Friends Forever. The next one is Kindred Spirits by Jody Bergsma. This I started 1 May 2017. My goal this year was 1 page, and I got the 1 page done. My goal next year is 4 full pages, because this piece is over 2 years old now and only has 2 pages done, which is a travesty. And this one also, I'm going to work on diagonal pages. So I'm not just doing all this background. I want to get to the horses, and when I start doing the diagonal pages, I'll be able to get to the horses a lot faster. So 4 full pages. We'll see this page, and then I think it's, 1, 2, 3. So My little buck beak is crooked. So that is on 25 count easy grit, easy count. And let's see, next is Macintosh Mill, a Dimensions kit after the art of Charles Wysocki. I did not have a goal on this one because last year I had a hard time being motivated on this one. But thanks to the School of Magical Stitches, I did get a lot done on this. I don't have pictures from the 1st of January, but what I did, since I started making videos like the 2nd or 3rd week of January, I just went back and I watched my video, since it was a WIP parade to start with. So in that WIP parade, I had like this part done. So I've managed to do all of this in 2019. And I'm making this a priority to finish in 2020. And because of Full Coverage Fanatics National Parks, and trying to get all those stitches in, there's the whole size of the fabric. This is a combination of tent stitches and full stitches. So I'm going to be working on this probably every month to work towards a finish and also help with the National Parks challenge. So that is Macintosh Mill. I need to move faster to get through all these. Oh Baby. Oh, Macintosh Mill was started 23 May 2017. Oh Baby was started 28 May 2017. My mania in 17 was a lot of full coverage. And this one, my goal in 2019 was 2 pages. And because I used this for the second 90-day challenge in Full Coverage Fanatics, I blew that out of the water and I got 3 pages done and a partial. So my goal in 2020 is just to finish the second row of pages. So that's down here where the needle minder is, 2 pages and a partial to finish the second row. I think there's only, is it 1 full page and a partial below that part of his face. So 2 pages and a partial is a goal on that one. But depending on when I finish Macintosh Mill, it may get more than that. Because that's my smallest full coverage after Macintosh Mill. Beauty and the Beast, I started 22 August 2017. My goal this past year was 1 page, and I got 2 pages done. Oh, and Oh Baby's on 25 count Lugana ungridded. Beauty and the Beast is on 25 count easy count. You've seen this recently. So I got 2 pages done. And my goal for 2020 is 2 pages. So this one, and then I'll probably go down and just zigzag back and forth. So 2 pages on that one for 2020. Sunday Delight. Started this 7 December 2017, so it's just now 2 years old. My goal in 2019 was 1 page, and if you've been watching recently, you know I got that page done in December. And this is the one I have all the partial pages done. So that's what it looks like. And I can't see. Hopefully it's in focus. So I have all the partial pages and 1 page. For 2020, I want to get 2 pages done on that one. We'll see if I can get that done. All right, A Summer Ball was my New Year, New Start for 2018. Stitching this on 28 count Monaco. It's over 2 because it has fractionals and backstitch. And my goal was 1 page, and I got 1 page done. So there you go. And my goal for next year is another page. So I'm not really pushing hard to get this one done. I'll just chip away at it once a year. It's only 6 pages wide. So I'll probably get more than a page done, but I don't think I'll get 2 pages done. So that's why the goal is only 1 page. Trick or treat. I know you guys are waiting on this one. I started this 18 October 2018. My unrealistic goal for 2019 was to do all the black. Since I'm doing extreme cross country, all the black first. and since it's over 61,000 stitches, that just wasn't possible. I worked on this for quarter 4 of the 90-day challenge in full coverage phonetics, and I got 28,700 or so stitches put in just in the quarter. And then I think there was like 8,000 more, over 8,000 more for the Tour de France. Let's see. I did get past the midway point on that row. Make sure you're focused. Okay, so I had to fill in a little bit down here. I brought all this across. There's a little bit of the roof line you can see. And then there's a little terrace up here with a railing. And you will see the shutters once I get to this area. And I also work down here. So I did get past the middle point. I thought maybe I could get over here to get this full front entrance done, but I didn't get that far. So I don't know if I get the whole thing in the picture. That's really hard. And you're going to be out of focus. Lean back in my chair. There you go. Now, what's interesting is when I look back to see where I started 2019 at, because this is extreme cross country, let me roll up so I can show it to you better. I was not yet done with the partial row of pages. So I was over here and I didn't have, you see the partial row ends right here. I had like this much left to do. So I finished this and did everything else above it all this past year. My goal for 2020 is to finish the black. I forgot to look to see. I'm definitely under 20,000 stitches. Might be 17 or 18,000 black stitches left. And then I want to go back down to the bottom and do a partial page in one of those corners. So starting back down at the bottom, because we haven't seen that much of the bottom of the piece as opposed to most people who start top left. So, and also, if I have a hard time reaching my monthly quota on the national parks, that's going to be my go-to WIP, just because I can get stitches in quickly. Okay, that was my first 8 all full coverage. We come to my first non-full coverage, Big Red Ship of Life. You know this is on the 4-year plan, 1 page every 3 months to represent my time here in North Dakota. I'm saying this because I know there's people who check out all kinds of WIP parade videos who may not be subscribed to me. I am a military spouse, veteran, been stay at home, but my youngest starts school next year. So there is the first row of Big Red Ship of Life. I started this 11 December 2018, so it's just over a year old. I did 1 page every 3 months. This is on 28 count mushroom even weave by MCG Textiles using DMC 3808. And so I will continue doing 1 page every 3 months on this one until we figure out when we're leaving. If it's going to be sooner, then I'll have to stitch faster. Get more done. All right. Haunted Mansion Stretch Portraits by Good Morning Maui on Etsy. I started this year, January 9th, 2019. I did not have a goal because I just started it, but my goal for 2020 is to finish it because it's a non-full coverage smaller piece. I have 1 portrait completely done and 2 more started, 2 more underway. So that will be finished. And that is the same gray Rit dye 28 count Monaco that I did Pretty Little Paris on. Okay, flip the page. Next is the 4 Seasons style by Modern Folk Embroidery. I started this the 20th of February this year. I did not have a goal. And my goal for next year is to finish the winter. So 1/4 of the design. This is on Monaco again that I Rit dyed a deep blue. I'm using ecru floss, and there's where I'm at. So we'll get the 1/4 of the design done for 2020. Supersized Color Expansion Museum Shelf was my birthday start for 2019, 26th of March. I did not have a goal, and my goal for next year is 4 pages. I'll see if I can get done 4 pages, see if I can get past 4 pages. And I kept the sheet on so I could show you guys. So this is a toddler size bed sheet that is, it's the flat sheet on the bottom side that you can't see, but it's fitted on one end. So it works really well just to tuck around the frame and just wrap around it. And it's the perfect length for the size frame that I have. It doesn't touch the floor, but it covers the fabric and acts like a really good dust cover. So there's where I'm starting 2020. So I'll do a page here and then 4 more full pages. That's not partial pages in my goal. Those are full pages. So we'll see more of the dinosaur corner. And if I, partial pages would be in addition to the goal. So that is Supersized Color Expansion Museum Shelf. The next start was the 16th of July. I had a few starts because of homework and magical stitches. This is Witchy Tea Time by, I think this is Primitive Hair. It's in Just Cross Stitch 2014 Halloween issue. Yep, Primitive Hair. There's the design. And didn't have a goal. None of these, 2019 starts did I have a goal, except for the pieces I thought I could finish. So my goal for next year is to get half of it done. So there's where I'm at. The other piece I started on the 16th of July is Christmas Roly-Polies by Joan Elliott. This is in the Christmas Cross-Stitch Treasures book. That's all Joan Elliott designs that I bought from Joann's. And right now I'm only counting Mr. and Mrs. Claus, or Santa and Mrs. Claus in that one. I haven't started any of the others, and I don't have anything white to put up against it. But you can see I have Santa's hat started, mostly done, and then most of Mrs. Claus is done. Not most, I'd say about half. So my goal for 2020 is to finish them. Should be easy. Okay, Santa Sampler. I should have worked on both of these in December, but I didn't. I had other goals to get finishes and stuff. Santa Sampler is in Donna Cooler's 555 Christmas Cross-Stitch Designs. You can also get it on the Cooler Design webpage, and 123 Stitch might have it. There's what the design looks like. I'm really looking forward to getting more into this. My goal for next year is to get 4 Santas done. At a minimum. 4 Santas. Because what I have done, I don't even have 1 Santa done. This is on 28 count Lugana in gingerbread. Gingerbread? Yes. Gingerbread by Picture This Plus. So 1 Santa is in work. We'll get 4 done. A start on 1 September, Return to Hogwarts Day, was Half-Blood Prince by Tilton Crafts. I knew I was going to start this one this year because of these School of Magical Stitches, so this is the only 2019 start that I had a goal, and I wanted to get 2 pages done. There's only 35 colors in this piece, so I thought I could get 2 pages done. I didn't. I got 1 page done. 25 count, easy count again. There's 1 page. My goal for 2020 is 2 more pages. So you shall see if I can get that done. And then 13 September 2019, which was Friday the 13th, I started Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers down here in this corner where the lions are marching. And I have a measly little start. I started this with Brittany from Ingleside Imaginarium and Kim in Canada and a bunch of other people. Started it on Friday the 13th because there is significance with the Templars. And that's as far as I got. And you can see some floss back there that I've got on the other side of the fabric. But this is a really, really light blue fabric. It's not white like it's showing. Looking forward to getting into that too. My goal for Templars in 2020 is 3 pages of the design. I think it's 16 total. Also, I'm pretty sure Long Dog patterns can now go in Pattern Keeper, which I need to try to figure out because they don't really put stitch counts on their grids. So I'd like to try that. And then my Christmas start on the 25th of December this year was the Familiar Sal by Ingleside Imaginarium. It's Kaluna Brightburn's catalog for Witches Familiars. This is going to be a mystery sale for 2020. This is about 1 day's worth of work. So I don't think you guys have seen this. So I started top center and I came down and did this so I could be sure to be ready for the 1st of January. And if you go and watch Brittany's last video from a couple days ago, she showed you what the January design is. It's Felix the cat, the black cat. So I will work on this today as well for the rest of my stitching time and continue to work on the top part of this frame. Because there's backstitch lettering in here and then familiars I have to continue and then do the February block. So, and then because Star Wars, I did go and see The Rise of Skywalker, and then one of the things my husband sent home for my girls was a 5-minute storybook, Star Wars stories. So we read the beginning to A New Hope last night at bedtime, and I was already looking at this and considering if I wanted to start it. This is the Star Wars by Andrew Reed, Mystic Stitch, paper pattern that I bought off eBay a couple of years ago. I was just keeping my eye open for it, and I found it for a decent price. And so I started this last night after I read A New Hope. It is 20 pages long. It's about the size of a mini for Haid, and it's a little bit smaller than Beauty and the Beast. So it doesn't look like it, but there are 83 colors in that piece. Yes, there's a lot of black. Interesting things, if you've never stitched a Mystic Stitch pattern, this is my first of theirs. It says right here, pattern was designed with 18 count Aida cloth. That is your only hint that the floss usage chart on the inside, which lists the colors, the symbols, and the amount of skeins, that it's for 18 count, unlike the Haid charts, which are for 25 count, 2 over 1 full cross. So it doesn't say anywhere on the sheet what count fabric it was. You have to look at the title page. And also interesting to note, out of the 83 colors, over 40 of them are letters and numbers. So just your regular keyboard, capital letters, lowercase letters, and numbers. And then you get, the special symbols that are above the numbers. And so it's really interesting. But it's a paper copy too, so we'll have to see how fast I can stitch that one. I bet you want to see my start now. But there's Star Wars. And I only put 2 lengths of floss in. But there you go, 25 count, easy count. Again, I numbered it it will barely fit in. So there's one corner, and I can't read my numbers. Yeah. If I moved it over a tad more, it would fit in there, the whole width of the piece. What's interesting on the Mystic Stitch pattern is they don't have any numbers on the grid. So just like, there's no numbers. There's no numbers anywhere. So once I make a working copy of the whole thing, I'm going to be writing numbers. So I know exactly where I'm at on that one. And Ewoks. Yep. So that is my latest start. That brings me to 19 WIPs. So my new year, new start, since I wasn't planning on a, bigger full coverage piece to make it so I can start 2020 with 20 WIPs, counting my new year, new start, I changed my mind on what I was going to start tomorrow for New Year's Day. And instead of a big piece, I'm going to do this buttons and beads Mill Hill kit for the Winter Stag. I've done a buttons and beads kit before, and they are deceptionally large just because it is full coverage. So I haven't opened it up yet and done any separating, but there is one charm here that goes right there. So I think that'll be a fun piece to work on next year. So that'll be my new year, new start. Now let's talk stats for 2019. I started 2019 with 13 WIPs and 1 UFO. I finished 4 out of those 13, and I finished the UFO, which was Class Schedule Sal by Armada Designs. In 2019, I had 23 new starts. 4 of those were full coverage, but I finished 13 out of those 23. I'm ending with 19 WIPs, as I said, and my new year, new start will bring me with 20 WIPs for 2020. Page finishes. I had 16 full pages and 8 partial pages. That counts. I took the number of stitches that I did in black on Trick or Treat and divided by 8,000 for, an average of 8,000 stitches for a page. So that's 3 full pages worth of stitches on Trick or Treat that I counted in the full pages. So 16 full pages, 8 partial. Total finishes, I'm at 18 for 2019. My big finishes, Moonhair, which I can't show you anymore because I gave that to my friend. Camelot, Guardian Angel, and a Class Schedule Sal were my big finishes. Everything else was on the smaller side. I can run through them real quick. Winter by Country Cottage Needleworks, a Skull and Bones out of one of the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issues, Dragonfly Egg, a Mill Hill kit, Alfa Romeo was the car, Golden Retriever for my dog, a little ornament, Schoolhouse, which was a Stony Creek part of a design for a teacher gift, Wires of Pern, which is my own design, Craig Dune, another of my own designs, Camelot, Guardian Angel, the Shakespeare quote by Stitch Robia for my friend, Satisfaction, which was the blackwork piece for by Elizabeth Ullman, Class Schedule Sal, Princess Bookmark for my daughter, Friendship Compass by Glendon Place, Hogwarts Travel Poster, which was my New Year, New Start that I finished, and then, of course, Pretty Little Paris. So that's 18 starts. And probably one of my biggest accomplishments is I stitched every single day in 2019. In 2018, let me look real quick. I didn't write it down. I think I had like 30 days that I didn't stitch, but I also moved in 2018. So dealing with the packing and single parent and packing and moving, there was 30 days that I didn't stitch. Now, I probably could have. After, going through this whole year and stitching every single day, I probably could have. So that is my 2019 in review and my goals on each WIP for 2020. For those of you who are checking out my channel for the first time, As I said, I am a military spouse. We are living in North Dakota. My husband is still active duty, currently deployed for a total of 6 months. We're 2 months into that right now. I have 2 little girls, ages 4 and 7. And I'm also an Air Force veteran myself, so in my normal weekly videos, sometimes I do tell Air Force stories, but that's always at the end for those who may not be interested in hearing cool Air Force stories. It's okay, I understand. And my videos are usually 32 minutes or less because I don't like to edit. So, everyone stay warm, have a happy new year, and I shall see you next week. Real quick, for January, the full coverage pieces I plan on working on. A summer ball will be my piece for full coverage fanatics. Also, since I didn't say, I am one of the 2 admins for full coverage fanatics, so I try to participate in all their events. So for around the world in January, we're going to Australia. So you have to, it's a non-counting event. Figure out how to relate your piece to Australia, and I'm going to work on a summer ball because one of Australia's exports is wool, and all the British redcoats are made with wool. So I will be working on a summer ball for that one. I'm going to do Macintosh Mill will be my piece for 20 and 20 for full coverage fanatics to try to get that done. I don't know how many stitches are left on it, so if I finish it before I reach 20,000, then I'll probably do the rest on Oh Baby, like I said. And then for the national parks, I'm just assigning 1 WIP per park, and I'm going to do the 2,000 full cross or 4,000 tent stitch, whichever piece, because I mostly do tent stitch on my full coverage pieces. So I am going to also work on Kindred Spirits in January, since I have 4-page goal on that one for 2020. So that's at least 3 full coverage that I'll be touching in January. We'll see how far I get to. But everyone have a happy new year, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.